Hello, I am super excited to be at this amazing forum, the Spiritual Growth Forum. I'm Dr. Angela Harden-Mack. I am the holistic wellness architect with a unique blueprint that empowers individuals to enjoy, to embrace personal satisfaction and professional success, all without sacrificing or compromising well-being. And when we have the opportunity to talk about spirituality, to talk about awakening, awareness, those things are essential to enjoying personal success. Yeah. And being satisfied in life. I want to say thank you to the event host. I am super excited and honored to be here in this space. Greetings to the fellow speakers and greetings to you, the attendees, those who are watching live and also those who would catch the replay. It is incredible. It is beautiful and amazing when we pause, we sit back, and we take the opportunity to focus on the essence of who we are, the spirit in us. See, we are three parts: body, mind, and spirit. And in order to do and have, we have to be. But it is common that because society now is rapid and fast paced, that we focus more on the doing and the having, and then we minimize the being. BE, I like to capitalize BE, ING. That's an action that's present right now. We have to be before we do and before we have. So, to talk to you today about wellness and work life harmony and to talk about mindfulness, this is right in that beautiful space that I enjoy being in, to help individuals to understand that we have to talk about the body, mind, spirit connection. We need to embrace it, we need to celebrate it, and we need to elevate it in order to be great and to live great. And I want you to lean in right now, and I want you to know that this is an interactive presentation. So you can go ahead and comment in the chat when you're sitting in your office or your den or your kitchen. There may be some times when you want to lift hands. It is okay. If you want to lean in, if you want to shake those shoulders, yes, it's okay too, because this is about you. This is about your opportunity to be excitedly expectant about what you came here to get, about your spirituality, about awakening. Now, I want you to know that you, that I am, that everyone, we are created for greatness. Created for greatness, to do great works, and to live a great life. I like to refer to that as great, great, and great. If you know that you are created for greatness, go ahead and put one hand up. And if you're really certain and confident about your greatness, about your genius, go ahead and put two hands up for me. Yeah. See, you are unique. You are a masterpiece, and you were created to fulfill an assignment that is just for you, your genius, your giftedness here in the earth. And guess what? When you are flowing and moving according to your greatness, according to your purpose, you glorify the Creator. You bless individuals. You have impact and influence, and your desires are satisfied with good things. And when we talk about spirituality, when we talk about awakening, it helps us to get clear, to focus on that greatness so that we can glorify, we can bless. Some people like to say have impact and influence, and yes, you do. And you can enjoy your great life. Are you excited about talking about the essence of who you are, the spiritual part of who you are? See, we are spirit. We're here in a body. I know sometimes it feels like it's the body leading, but no, the spirit part of who we are, the essence of who we are is here. And we are enjoying a physical, experience. So great, great, great. Now, we're going through life, right? This is my walk, right? Sometimes it's slow like this, but sometimes it's like this, because we're living in a time where it's the hustle, it's fast, it's rapid. You don't believe me? Check out the speed limits. When I was in college, the speed limit on the highways, 55 miles per hour. Now in some places, it's 70. So we are literally traveling at a faster pace. This was me doing my thing, going. Now, as I'm sharing tonight about this work life hustle, and I'll talk about mindfulness and harmony, yes, this is something that men and women we want to listen to. Now, I share this information, and it's something that we all can glean, right? And we can put it in. One of my persons used to say, if it's good for you, pick it up and put it on your shelf because you'll use it. But I want you to know that I serve as a holistic wellness coach. I work with women, career oriented women, women who are busy, women who are saying, I know I can have my personal life and I know I can have my professional life, but how do I make this work? How do I really make it work? So when you're hearing something during this broadcast, and if it's for you, you can, if you don't want to raise your hand, maybe just tap your foot a little bit. You may go, oh yeah, that's me. See, because in this realm of women, whether we refer to ourselves as career women or professional women or high achieving women or high performing women, there are some identities that we commonly adopt, yeah, or roles. Now, I was the superwoman, yeah. How many of you were the superwoman, right? We were walking around and living life and doing things as if we were superhuman, as if we were invincible, as if we could do all that we were called to do and not take care of ourselves. Yeah, I'll talk about that later. Now, how many are the strong women, right? Because that's part of what society tells us too. We have to be strong. We can't tell anyone when we need help. We have to just go through. Sometimes we're the powerhouses. And yes, we are powerhouses. Yes, we are accomplished. And yes, we are confident and intelligent. Sometimes as powerhouses, we power through our health and wellness. We just keep going and keep going and keep going without taking the necessary time to nurture who we are. Are you the perfectionist? Are you the people pleaser? Perhaps you're the lone ranger, or you want to do everything alone because sometimes you're like, it won't get done and it won't be right unless I do it myself. Yeah, well, part of what I share is the confessions of a superwoman. See, I'm no longer a superwoman. Yeah, that was my other life. Before I knew, now I know. So, confessions of a superwoman, because guess what? Heavy is the cape. And I'm glad that I let go of the cape. So, for the strong women, the powerhouses, the lone rangers, the people pleaser, the perfectionists, yeah. Are you ready to let something go? Are you ready to embrace your wellness? Are you ready to stop juggling and being imbalanced and embrace wellness, embrace holistic wellness so that you can be who you were created to be? Now, we are searching many times in life. We're searching, we're seeking, we want to know self discovery. We have a lot of names that we use to reference our looking and searching. And there are times in life and society where more individuals are searching because there is an urgency. Think about 9/11. Think about how people flock to churches and flock to places of spirituality and faith because our world was shaken. We didn't know what was happening, who, why, what, when, how. We mourned. We mourned those who died in the crashes. We mourned the first responders. We mourned. We were absolutely off our kilter. People flocked. Why? Why? Think about the pandemic. Think about how the world, this wasn't just a country, this was the world. We came to a halt. We sheltered in place. Some were fortunate to shelter in place with people they liked, people they loved, family members and friends. But some individuals sheltered in places with people they didn't like. Some of those places weren't safe. Some of those times of sheltering, people were lonely and isolated. In that time, we were looking and searching. We were looking to make sense of it. We were looking to bring harmony to a situation, to a time that there was discord. Things didn't make sense. They didn't align. They didn't click. And during this forum, we've been hearing alignment, agreement. We've talked about law of attraction. We've talked about and listened to and apply a number of things. Do you have the amount of harmony in life that you want, that you need? Are the pieces of your life lining up, coming into agreement? As a holistic wellness coach, I focus on and honor 7 dimensions of wellness: the physical, mental, and emotional wellness. That's your inner person here. Then there's spiritual wellness, the connection to the creator, the vertical, I should say. And then there is career wellness, financial wellness, and social wellness, how we engage with our outer world. Now, I practice manifestation too, and I tell you, I like manifestation. I like the law of attraction. I like some of the others. I have been using the law of correspondence for a number of years. That's the one that really resonates with me because it states that your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. There's that be, do, and have again. See, if my life here mirrors or represents what I want, then that means it's in here. That I've been doing some things to nourish and nurture my physical body, my mental wellness, my mindset, my beliefs, my emotional wellness. When we talk about the vertical connection, spirituality, the creator, being connected, being centered, being grounded. See, if we're going to show up in this life, in this world, it's about whole person. It's about total person. For a long time, we talked about the body. We talked about physical health and wellness. We talked about mental health. And now we have and excited a greater awareness and discussion about mental health and awareness. We just celebrated that several days ago, and it's important. Now we have the opportunity to bring it in. You know, when you're on a team, they say, bring it in. The coach says, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. So I'm saying, let's bring it in because it's body, mind, and spirit. See, my inner world, your inner world, your mind, your body, your emotions, your connection here, your spirituality, what you're embracing, what you're believing, what you're sending out into the world, and how you engage on your job, with your business, in your leadership roles, how you handle your money, the relationship you have with your money, that's important, and how you engage in your relationships. If you know what I'm talking about, if you are picking up what I'm putting down, when I say whole person, total person, go ahead and put in that chat. You can put either a yes or like, yeah, Dr. Angela, I hear you. It's important that we focus on whole person, total person right now. Now, I want to share with you today in this presentation about harmony. I'm going to talk to you about mindfulness. I want to talk to you about hustle and probably share a couple of, let me say, aspects of hustle that perhaps you hadn't really thought about just yet. I think at the end of this broadcast, this talk, I think you're going to be shaking your shoulders a little bit more. I think you may be tapping your foot a little bit more, and you may be pondering, what do I do to have more wellness or maybe elevated level of wellness and to have less hustle and more harmony in life? Every time in history faced with challenges, but also some great things because we advance. We have creativity, we have innovation, we have research and development. We're excited about that. Let's just think about it. Think about transportation, right? We can jump on a plane and we can be across the world in hours or maybe a day, right? Months, not months, but years ago, decades ago, hundreds of years ago, it took months, years to go around the globe. We can do this in a day. We can eat breakfast one place, we can have dinner and relax another place, shop. How many of you like shopping? Yeah, I like shopping. How many of you like the theater? I like the theater. So we enjoy transportation, advancements. What about communication? Now, when I was in high school, I like to talk on the phone. Our friends, we like to talk on the phone. Now, for those of you who don't know about the wall phones, I know we have these phones right now, right? The cell phones, and they're small and compact. But, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, my era, we had phones that were on the wall or phones that plugged into the wall. We had to dial it, click, 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 and we would pick it up. Hello, hello. And so a lot of our households, we had a cord. And you could only go as far as your cord would connect. So wherever that phone was on the wall or on the table, you had to stand there and sit there and talk on the phone. And we could talk on the phone, but we only had a short period of time because mama said, you can talk on the phone or you got to do your homework. But we had to dial up when that phone connected to the wall. Now we carry our phones with us so we can talk to anybody, not on our block, not in our community, but around the world. And we can instantaneously connect. We can get on our computers, on our laptops, or on our phone, and we can send an email. No more snail mail, right? We have to go and you have to take it and you put your letter in the envelope and you put your stamp on. Remember that? Or you go out to the mailbox. We can, but there are a lot of things we can do via snail mail, And it gets there. We can do one day, or we can do fax, and we can do email. So we have advancements that make life convenient. I just shared two examples: transportation and communication. Convenient, like it, because it compresses time. It's good. We save time, or so it seems, because the more convenience we have, then we begin to multitask. We begin to do more. Like, oh, because it's convenient, I can do more. Well, in our time, we have convenience, but this convenience creates sometimes confusion. Maybe it's complex. Maybe it's chaos. Confusion because we have so much choice, too many choices. Do I go here? Do I go here? People talk about coming looking in the grocery store. You have 10 brands of yogurt, this flavor. Do you have fruit on the bottom? Do you have blended? Do you have Greek? Do you have regular? You have so many choices. It's confusion, confusion. Sometimes it's complex. Not 2 ingredients, 3 ingredients, or 4 ingredients or steps, but you have these multi-layered things that we have to do. Then there's the chaos, because society and time is 24/7 on demand. Something is always blaring loud, 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 screaming for our attention, calling out. And because of this 24/7, always on society, the lines, the boundaries between life and work, or between different roles, often blur. They blur, they're mixed together. So it's not always easy to say, I just want to come over here and do this part. And then when this is done, I want to come over here and do this part. They blend together. How many of you have had that, with this blending together? How many of you have felt like you have one foot over here in personal life, and then one foot over here in professional life, and then you're kind of going here, there, because you either feel as though you can't bring them together, or there's a message, somebody, society, somebody, expectation, or message that you have to have it separate. So as a result, we feel like we are on this 3-legged stool, but there aren't 3 legs, there are only 2. Instead of being balanced and centered, we're imbalanced. How many of you ever rode a bike where the tire was flat, or had something that wasn't balanced, wasn't even? Or you may have gotten down there. We would take our toys and our things and we would enjoy them. And sometimes you had a flat when you were riding a bike. Sometimes you didn't want to stop right then to fix it or get off, so you just kind of went with it. And you got it going, but it wasn't as fast, right? It wasn't as comfortable, but you did it. And that's how it is for us sometimes, right? We're going through life where we should be stable. We should have 3 legs or pillars or balances, but we only have 2, because we're trying to make this thing work. And instead of being in a broad place, and instead of being able to be comfortable, we feel as though we're on this tightrope and we're juggling and struggling and striving instead of managing. Yeah, that's what this 24/7 time is showing us. If you know, maybe it's not you, but you know someone who's experiencing that, you can go ahead and put in the chat. Or maybe right now you're going, yeah, that's me. I want to stop. I want to get off of this, what I'm on, where I'm not balanced. I want to be stable again. Well, knowing about whole person, bringing all of who you are, your body, your mind, your spirit, and focusing on that and nourishing that helps to bring that stability. Mindfulness is, there are mindful acts. You can pause, you can practice mindful meditation, you can eat mindfully. Mindfulness is a practice where we pause. We're present in the present. We don't judge as things go by. We just sit in the moment, in the place, as our thoughts go by. Mindfulness gives us the ability to be here in the now. There's power in the present. There are health benefits to being in the present. And when we're in the present, we're not stuck on, and we're not pulled back to the pain of the past. We're not so busy looking at the future and anticipating and getting frightful or fearful or fretful that then we pause, we freeze, we don't do anything, we procrastinate. I like to refer to it as when we learn and we live as mindful beings, we avoid that time traveler. We don't keep going back, rehearsing over and over the pain of the past and getting stuck because we just can't get over the injustice. We can't get over the pain. And I'm not saying pain is real. I've had some painful experiences. And that's another time, another story. But I tell you, resilience is real. Bounce back is real. Healing, oh yeah, it's real. But we're in the present. We're here. We're not thinking about the future, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, or what if. Because if we're going to grow, we have to step out of the comfort zone. We have to move forward. We have to do some things in order to have. So when we practice mindfulness, we learn to pause, to review, to not be critical or judgmental. And when we're practicing mindfulness, it helps us to reclaim time. It helps us to reduce stress. Let me put both hands up because I tell you, when we learn how to reduce stress, it's important. Mindfulness helps us to restore so that we have harmony. I tell you, harmony is important. Now, harmony is defined as this beautiful sound when two or more notes are played simultaneously. It sounds beautiful and amazing. You feel it. We probably talked about resonance and vibration as well during the forum. Sometimes you can't put a word to it, but you say it resonates with you and you feel it. Harmony. And if you have had the opportunity to listen to individuals sing without music, that a cappella, oh my, it's amazing. So harmony. We want the pieces of our lives to blend together, to be harmonious so that we can enjoy it. And when we move and aim for less hustle and aim for more harmony, then life is beautiful and it's amazing. Now let's talk about hustle. A couple things about hustle. Now, hustle is a lifestyle. I've mentioned before, 24/7 on demand, fast. Yes, this was me. And in my family, we tend to walk quickly. That's kind of a natural thing. But sometimes when we are going through life, we're doing our thing, we're going. We love this multitasking thing because we are hustling. We're going at a rapid pace. It can be fun. It can be exhilarating, but it is not meant to be sustained. It's like when you're revving a car. We're not supposed to rev a car continuously or have the foot on the brake and the gas at the same time because we're revving. And that's what it's like when we're practicing and living this hustle lifestyle continuously. We're revving. Yeah, it may be exciting, but it doesn't sit well. It doesn't sync. It doesn't line up with optimal well-being. Then there's this hustle culture that says that we have to pit personal life against professional life. I mentioned before about we feel as though almost like we're playing hopscotch. We're here. You can't put, one foot on both sides. You got to either or. And, for women, because a lot of times the homemaking responsibilities falls on us, that we feel like guilt. Anybody ever feel guilt? There were some times when I was driving to work feeling guilty because I was leaving my babies at home. I was happy I was going to work, but I was leaving my babies. And I cried. Part of my healing was when I let go of that guilt. Part of my healing was when I practiced wellness. Part of my healing was when I stopped neglecting me and start focusing on all of Angela, that I said goodbye to the guilt. Are you feeling guilt today? Because that hustle culture has said it's either or, and it's not. It's and both. Hustle. It's a dance. You've done a line dance, right? You've either done a line dance alone, right? I told you we're going to shake some shoulders here. You go up, you go back. Sometimes you twirl around, you kick, you do this. And if you do the dance with other people, everybody is doing the same step to the same beat. You go to the right, maybe you come up like this, then you come back, then you go to the side, and you go to the side. They're different routines. And it's fun because everybody is doing the same step to the same beat of music. There's always somebody who's going to be a little bit extra, and they just go a little further, just put a little more sauce into it. But what I want you to know is that the hustle is fun. It's a dance, and we enjoy it. It's also A song. Do the hustle. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Remember that? Now, some of you may be a little young. You may not remember that. But for those of us who grew up in the disco era, right, in the disco balls and the song, that was one of the disco songs. And I know you were tapping your feet when I hummed a few notes to that song. Yeah. Music moves us. Music has the power to move us. Music is universal. Wherever we are, cultures, all cultures have expressions through music. And guess what? Music moves us. It brings about feelings. How many of you, by show of hands, have a song or songs that you listen to when you're ready, right? You're getting ready, just like the speakers. I know some speakers, what do you do for your talk routine? You listen to some things to get centered and get ready. You may have some music that you just listen to when it's the end of the day. You just kind of, relax and you listen. Maybe it's jazz, maybe it's smooth R&B, maybe it's classical music, right? Classical music. Yes. Maybe it's something headbanging. No, 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 no. You just get into it because it moves us. Yeah. So we have those songs. How many of you have heard a song or music that you didn't like? Either the music, the beat was just like harsh, or the lyrics. You were like, that didn't feel good. No, that's not for me. That kind of music is not for me. Music is powerful. Because of this power and this universal nature of music, we often use musical terms to describe life. Like life is a symphony, right? Where the musicians are playing different instruments, but when they're played at the same time, they blend together harmoniously. There's that word, producing beautiful music. And that's what life should be like. Now, it's not always going to be beautiful and smooth. We're going to have some disappointments and frustrations and challenges. We do. But hopefully we have more good times. We have more times of harmony than we have of discord. But we want more harmony. We aim for more harmony. And we want life to be like a symphony. But there are individuals who don't feel that life is a symphony. They don't feel that life is blending together harmoniously. And in fact, a recent survey states that 60% of workers, 40% of workers worldwide report work-life imbalance. And of that number, a third cite personal perfectionism. Just got to do everything. It's got to be right, right, right. We want everything to be right. Well, we want to excel. We want things to be excellent. But those unrealistic expectations can come across as being perfectionism, and that can be problematic. So we have a lot of individuals who are not feeling that they have work-life balance, that things in life are not blending, that those 7 areas that I mentioned, physical and mental, or career and spiritual, money, that they're blending together beautifully to make music. That's important for us to know. And I tell you, in my career as a medical doctor for more than 25 years and coaching for a number of years and teaching the Bible and faith principles, thousands of people that I've worked with shared in one way or another the desire to have more harmony. They didn't always say harmony. It was like, I want life to be easier. Things are kind of rough. I need to manage my stress. Sometimes it was, I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling overloaded, or doc, my blood pressure numbers are up. I know I've been, things have been a little tight. I've been feeling the pressure. And women, I've heard a lot of the times they said, I want to feel better. I want to get healthy. I want to be confident, because sometimes the 2 parts of the life, or sometimes it was the 3 parts, the managing and blending of mind and the body and spirit, wasn't always connecting. It was missing. And women said, I want more. And what I have noticed too in these 2.5 decades is that society, people said, I want more, that they were looking for and searching for. And like, I know there's more to who I am. And so there are times when we brought into their spirituality. There are times when we prayed in the exam room. There are times we talked about their ways that they practice their faith, and they wanted to bring it in, and how they use this time in their faith communities, because they were looking for more root causes, and they weren't looking for just short-term solutions. They were looking for long-term, sustainable solutions. So it's exciting because I had the opportunity, and now I have the opportunity that I bring it all together for people. More than 2.5 decades I've been sharing. Now I tell you, this is not just theory. I can talk to you and I can share with you about people I've helped, but guess what? This was also my life. This was me. See, now I practice holistic wellness. Yes, I honor those 7 parts of my life. And yes, I'm, thinking about where am I in this stage of life? Where are you right now? Are you in the winter season of your life? Are you in a spring season? Are you in a summer season? Are you in a fall season? Or sometimes people call it like the planting season or the harvest season or the time when it's the resting season. Where are you? What stage are you in right now in your life? See, because if you're trying to plant when it's time to rest in your life, that's not going to be harmonious. When you're trying to harvest something you haven't planted, that's not going to do anything. So we have to make sure that seasons line up. And see, that's part of what I practice and part of what I learned and how I live now. But Dr. Angela wasn't always living this way. Because see, at the start of my career, more than 25 years ago, I told you I was a superwoman. I was doing my thing. I was going at a rapid pace. And see, I was feeling the hustle and bustle. I showed up and served at the highest level to my family. I was a homemaker. I showed up and served my patients. I said yes to family. I said yes to patients. But I said, when it came to me, I said, no, maybe later, not now. I gave them the best. And then I had what was left, the rest for me. I wasn't nourishing me. And so there I was doing my thing at my fast pace. And then a friend of mine pointed out that I was living as a superwoman. She said, girl, take that S off your chest. Why are you trying to do everything at the same time? And at first I couldn't really respond because I was going at such a rapid pace. But then when I slowed it down a little bit and gave it some thought, I was like, yeah, that's right. Because see, I was feeling the pressure. I was feeling the strain. And I was like, you know what? This isn't the life I'm supposed to lead. This is not my destiny. Life was good, but it wasn't great. We don't talk about these things, do we, lady? We don't always talk about sometimes how we're feeling this pressure. I didn't know what it would look like. To be honest, I was afraid because I knew how to do Superwoman because Superwoman and my lifestyle got me to success. My dream, I was doing my dream career and living my dream life. It was good, but it wasn't great. But I didn't know how to slow down. I really didn't. But I knew that if I didn't, that chronic stress and it was going to be an increased risk for me for burnout. When I thought about burnout, the emotional exhaustion, not really connecting with people, and that may impact my money too. Because if I'm not showing up to do what I need to do, that can impact that. I was like, no, that wasn't what I was destined for. So with knees quaking and feeling shaking, guess what? I took that S off my chest. I let Superwoman go. And in place of that S, I put a W on. And that W stood for whole, because I brought all of who Angela was together. I started nourishing all of who she was. That W stood for wisdom, because I needed that next level measure of wisdom. Whenever we go to a next level, whenever we expand, we need more, we need new. It also stood for well, because when I was able to say, you know what, I need to nourish me, I need to take some time, it gave me the opportunity to receive my healing. There was some emotional healing that I needed. I had to deal with some expectations that I had for me. And there was some physical healing because I started nourishing who I was. So goodbye, S Superwoman. Hello, W for well woman. Yes, well. How many of you ladies do you want to win? How many of you want to be well? How many of you want to take off that cape? You want to take off that, whatever that is that's been weighing you down, that's been holding you back. You can let it go. And as a result of what I learned, giving up those unrealistic expectations, trying to do everything and not nourish me, being over, work because I was doing things that I should have delegated to, I should have taken some more time for because I was undernourishing me. I stopped all of those things and I started a journey, nourishing all of me. It wasn't the body over here. It wasn't, sometimes the mind and then the spirit. I brought all of that together. Are you ready to say yes to you? Are you saying no to you? Again, are you serving your family? Are you serving your clients? Are you serving your employer, your employees? Are you serving your civic board? Are you serving your church? Are you serving your faith community? Wherever you are embracing in your household of faith, are you showing up and serving everyone else with your best? And then what you have for you is the leftovers. If you are, you're probably feeling it. If you aren't now, you probably will. Your vitality, your physical vitality, will probably begin to decrease. You may not have the energy, the pep to get up and go that you want. Your mental clarity, yeah, you may begin to, you may go, you may not be as clear, focused as you want. You may find that your emotions feel like a roller coaster. You may be irritable. You may snap. You may not be that joyous woman or man that you want to be. Yeah, you will feel it. But guess what? Earlier I mentioned life is not and or. It doesn't have to be and or. I should say either or. It can be and both. See, we talk about health and we all want to be well. We do. We want to be healthy, I should say, absence of illness, absence of disease, right? We promote health. I mentioned earlier, many times we focus just on the physical health and we talk about not being sick, not being ill, not being sick, not being ill. You know, we talk about that, but there's more to wellness than just your physical body, right? So yeah, we want to promote it. Absolutely. I do things personally for my family, my patients, my clients. Yes, we want to promote health. We want to do some things to build our immunity, to build our resistance. We want to do some things so that we're nourished and we can resist when we are ill, that we can support the body so that it can repair and we can have recovery. Then we want to be well. Well, think about wellness as beyond that. Yes, we talk about preventing illness, but wellness is being intentional about lifestyle, about health habits that support the ongoing state, support being sustainable with promoting health. And it embraces body, mind, and spirit. Say that with me: body, mind, and spirit. And wellness is a lifestyle. It's how you look at things. And I often say to people too, it's about being and taking things and making them personalized. See, what works for me is not going to work for the person here. What works for you is not going to be the same set of therapies and recommendations that you have that will work for your neighbor, or maybe your sibling, or maybe your best bud. You have to make them customized. What do you need right here, right now, in this season of life? When we look at those 7 areas, life is an ebb and flow. There are times when you want to and need more focus on your physical part of who you are. Mental may be cruising right along. Spirituality, spirit part of you may be cruising right along. Maybe you're going for a promotion. Maybe you're going for something in your job, or you're working in your business, or you need some time, more nourishment there. Maybe physical is going right along and cruising. So you want to be intentional. You want to personalize what you're doing so that it's relevant for you in this time, right here, right now. And that's many times what I see people sometimes or often take. They say, oh, and I've had a number of people, well, somebody told me, my friend or my neighbor or my best bud told me this, they do this. And so I'm taking these supplements, or I'm doing this, or I don't want to, think about this because somebody told me it did or didn't work for them. That's great. And we celebrate that. But what worked for them won't always work for you. What do you need in this season in your life? How are you showing up for you? How do you want to show up for you? At the beginning, I stated that this is an important time for us to celebrate, embrace our spirituality, the essence of who we are. That if we're going to do and have, we have to be. And the correct order is be. Who are you? Who are you created to be? This beautiful, amazing masterpiece created for an assignment, for a purpose. Gifted with greatness and genius and glory that shines, that's brilliant and radiant. And if you're going to shine like a diamond, if you're going to have the essence of who you are come out into the world, and if you're going to attract and be magnetic and have impact and influence, You have to focus on who you are. You have to be before you do and have. The greatness comes before the great works, and they come before the great life. You want to nourish your physical body. Yes, that's your health and promote it. But your wellness is more. It's your mental and your spiritual part of who you are as well. You need to be intentional, not just, oh, it kind of happened, or oh, if it happens, but you want to be thoughtful. You want to take time. You want to do that. You want to make sure that your life is harmonious. You want to blend. I'm going to share this story, and I want to share something I have for you. Now, I mentioned that I was a superwoman at the time when I started my career. I was on that boulevard, the burnout could have been there with my name on it. When I made the decision to take that S off my chest, and I had to learn how to blend, and I had to learn how to harmony. Well, how did Dr. Angela kind of make that? I went back to my early lessons about harmony and the lessons I learned when I was a student musician in the symphony and marching band. The symphony, I mentioned before, musicians playing different instruments. And there we were. I played flute. So I was in the woodwind section. I'm thinking about, yeah, the wind section, right? And so I'm playing. And you have a conductor who's in the middle, and the conductor is giving directions. And the conductor, when we get the music, and for the musicians out there, come on, and if you're with me, and the vocalist, and we're talking about music, so you can go ahead and put in the chat or raise your hand because you know exactly what I'm saying. We get the piece, we get our sheet music, and each instrument has different things on there. Music has its own language. And we look at the music the first time we get it, we look at it, we look at how fast we're supposed to go and what keys we play, when we rest. And then the conductor is in the middle and lets us know when to highlight things and when to come into our parts. And the conductor will give us movements or demonstrate things like when we're to play softly like this, or when we play at a volume like this, or when we're supposed to playing it smooth, or when we're supposed to play maybe like staccato, short, doo, 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 and when we bring it to a close. Now, when you are in the symphony, you're not playing the entire piece of music the entire time. You have periods of rest. You're counting, right? You're counting your rest, and you're looking at the conductor, but you're also looking at your music, because when it's time for you to come in again and play, when I'm resting, my flute was on my lap. Then when it was time for me to play, I would lift my flute and it would play, and I'm watching the conductor, but I'm also looking at my music. And then when it's time to rest, I would put my instrument down. And when we got to the end of that piece, the conductor will let us know that it's end. You are the conductor of your life. You get to decide when it's time for the parts of your life to come in. You get to decide when you play and when you rest. You get to decide when it's about soft, or when it's loud, or when it's smooth, or because there will be times when we do have that hustle, maybe when we're going for that promotion. So hustle is not that it's something that we always shy away from. We don't want it to be ongoing. We want it to be healthy. You conduct your life. You decide when to come in, when to exit, when to play, and when to rest. Does your life sound beautiful? Does your life sound harmonious? When you look at things, are you going and going, yeah, this is me? Well, we all need to rebalance, just like we rebalance our portfolios, right? Because we make changes for optimal performance. Sometimes we want more of this, sometimes we want less of this, sometimes we say we're going to remove this from the portfolio because it's no longer matching up with our values. Well, life needs to be rebalanced so that in the balancing, there's the blending, and the pieces of life come together harmoniously. Imagine with me, if you will, whatever song you like to listen to, and close your eyes for me, if you will. Think about your life coming together, blending, and it's beautiful, swaying. Or perhaps you are a dancer. I dance some too, and maybe you're a dancer. Imagine your movements coming up and you're dancing. Imagine coming together in a beautiful way. So open your eyes for me. And I have a gift for you. I want to share this resource for you, and the information will be there on the screen. And this is an ebook, and it's titled From Hustle to Harmony. Mindfulness is the key. And in this ebook that's available for immediate download, and you see the link right there, it talks about mindfulness, it talks about hustle and harmony. And should you accept the invitation to embark on a 14 days exploration of mindfulness, it walks you through 14 days, 7 specific practices related to mindfulness that you can then enjoy and embrace. So each pillar that I focus on, for example, physical wellness and then mental wellness, that you have the opportunity to focus 2 days on physical wellness and a particular mindfulness activity. And then days number 3 and 4, another mindfulness activity. I talked about mindfulness, being present, the power of the present. You're not going back to the past and being stuck and rehearsing over and over, that you're here, not judging. There's some health and wellness benefits to mindfulness. You're not fretting, you're not fearful, and you're not going to the future and being stuck and procrastinating. Right here, mindfulness. And the beauty about mindfulness is that you can practice mindfulness in 5, 10, and 15 minutes per day. And that's another thing that I emphasize is that, you don't have to devote hours and hours or 30, 40, 50 minutes to certain activities to get that relief or to gain benefit. And I emphasize and actually talk about, let's look at what you can do in 5, 10, and 15 minutes, because we are busy, but we don't have to be overburdened. 5, 10, 15 minutes. Activities that you can do that will seamlessly fit into your lifestyle. And as it works for you, and as you decide that you want to explore more, and if you want to go beyond 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you choose, because you are the conductor of your life's symphony. And you decide based on the season that you're in your life, what you need. Sometimes when we're in that time where we're going to hustle, we need those songs where it's just upbeat and fast paced because it's energizing, right? And sometimes when we've come down off of that, we need things that are a little more mellow. So this book right there, you see it, Hustle to Harmony ebook. For some, it will be an introduction to mindfulness. For some, it may be something where you're brushing off going, you know what? Yeah, this is good that I can pick this up and it'll be a reminder. For some, it may be, I am going to my next level. I'm going to my next place. And this practice, these practices, these mindfulness activities are just what I need in order to take me to the next. So I want to look here. Let me see. Roll call again. Powerhouses. Are you ready to stop powering through? Superwoman. You ready to take the S off? You ready to let that cape go? I go and check. Lone Ranger. You ready to come on in and be a part of community where people are together? Perfectionist. Are you ready to let go of those unrealistic expectations? People pleaser. Are you ready to let go of that feeling, that belief that you have to be everything to everybody always? And guess what? You can't and you won't. Boundaries. And guess what? See, we can't be everything to everybody, but you are the something to the somebodies, those who you are called to serve. And when you connect with your somebodies, when you are operating according to your greatness, and when you have harmony, your bodies, those people will see you, will know you, you will radiate, you will be magnetic. So you don't have to please everybody. You can't. Don't try. Let that go. When you are operating as a well person, whole person, total person, really, mind, body, and spirit, you'll be able to do that. So I did the roll call. We talked about wellness. We talked about mindfulness. You have that resource right there. Talked about harmony. I let go of my cape. I let go of Superwoman. I'm a former Superwoman. Now I'm a well woman. My life is a symphony. I'm making beautiful music. My mission, and yes, I did accept my mission. I like Mission Impossible. The mission Should you choose to accept, and I accepted my mission, is to empower women, to let them know that your life can be beautiful, that your life can be a symphony, that you are the conductor. Now, I have the resources, the tools to empower you. So as you stand in that center of your life and you pick up your baton and you look at the areas of your life, you decide what to play and when and how. You decide to play so that your life is a beautiful song and that you are making beautiful music. So I'm looking for women who want to make beautiful music, and together in community. I'm playing my song, you're playing your song, she's playing her song, and together we're blending and we're making beautiful music as we support and uplift one another as we go about mission, purpose. We're serving, we have impact, we have influence. Body, let me see one more time. Let me do the roll call. Everybody ready? Did you shake your shoulders? Did you tap your foot? Did you imagine? So I want to leave you with this. Your future self was waiting right there. He's waiting, she's waiting for you to make a decision today. So like, hello, here I am. Imagine your life with less hustle, more harmony. Imagine the pieces of your life blending together. Imagine the value that your life will have when you have more harmony. Imagine how you will radiate positivity, confidence when your body, your mind, and your spirit are nourished. Imagine. I can imagine your big, beautiful smile. I can imagine that you're taller. And I can imagine the beautiful music that you will make. So are you ready to do this? I look forward to hearing the music that you will make. I look forward to us being together, playing our songs, making music for the world. It has been my pleasure and my honor to be in this space with you today. It has been a pleasure serving the amazing visionary for this summit. And thank you so much for this opportunity, for creating this space for us. And thank you for tuning in. And thank you for all who have made this possible. I'm Dr. Angela Harden-Mack, former Superwoman, now Well Woman. I'm wisely elevating my well-being to live my best life. No cape, no S. Making beautiful music. I look forward to hearing from you and hearing how you are unlocking more harmony using the key of mindfulness. Thank you so much, and peace.